Hello guys and gals, and welcome! Don't mind that big pile of maces of blazing furor on the ground. That's just me farming the level 35 monster. What I want to talk to you today about is a very interesting mechanic within Diablo 4, which actually aligns with Diablo 2, oddly enough. So if you've been playing the Diablo 4 beta for a little while, you may have noticed that there seems to be a kind of a jankiness or a wonkiness in joining groups and trying to figure out what's going on. Well, what's happening inside of Diablo 4 is basically a feature known as layers. So everybody has their own layer, basically. And sometimes you can see other players within a layer. So for instance, if I were to go to Kyovashad right now, I will see other players. And it seems to be like in Diablo 4, the cities are treated as sort of like a neutral territory, and you can see pretty much anybody in the city. However, when you are outside of the city, you will generally not see a lot of players, and this has to do with the fact that you are in your own sort of unique layer. And what does this have to do with Diablo 2, you might ask? Well, in Diablo 2, when you make a game like this, you will literally be able to create a game with a game name and password. All right. The game that you create will have all of your quest flags. If you've killed Andariel, then Andariel is dead. And if somebody else comes into your game and wants to kill Andariel, well, then you can't, because Andariel is already dead. And in this way, you are the creator, the author of the game. Well, when I invite somebody else into my group, the thing is that they are pulled into my layer. And in other words, they're joining my game. The layers function almost identically to the way that it does in Diablo 2. If I join somebody else's game, I am now subject to their quest flags. I am subject to their progress on the main storyline. If somebody else joins my group, they're subject to mine. And in this way, the party leader should always necessarily be the person with the lowest quest flags. In other words, if I've already completed the main storyline, and person B wants to complete the main storyline, then person B needs to be the party leader. However, if we had, say, person B and person C was further back than person B, then person C would need to be the party leader. And the reason why the party leader is so important is because the party leader indicates essentially the person's game. So just like in Diablo 2, when I make a game, I'm the leader of the group. I have decided on all the quest flags. I have set up the entire game according to what I need, right? So the party leader is essentially the creator of the game, and you have to think about that when you're forming your groups. So don't just form a group and invite everybody to your group. If somebody is the lowest level in the group, they should probably be the party leader. The lowest level or the furthest back in the quest logs. That way you can actually complete those quests along with them. Now, an example of this is the strongholds. So when you complete several of the strongholds, like for instance, Cor Dragon, I believe is also this one here, which is the Seat of the Heavens. And then there's also Nostrava. When you complete these, they turn into cities. Okay? If you join a group with somebody who has completed these quests, they're cities. If you join a group with somebody who hasn't completed the quests, they are strongholds that need to be completed. And in this way, you can do these strongholds over and over and over again by joining people that do not have that quest flag. Just the same way that you could potentially, like quest bug Duriel by having somebody create the game who has not killed Duriel yet, but has the staff. And the entire map is essentially generated depending on what that particular player's current quest flags are. The trick is that it's all smoke and mirrors behind the scene, right? So even though it happens to be pretty similar to the way that Diablo works, Diablo 2, you can't necessarily just create a game and invite other people to you. So Calvin helped me out here, Bone Boy. As you can see here, Bone Boy did not have the strongholds done. So he has not finished Cor Dragon. He has not finished the Malnock. So these are now open because I have now joined his party. He is the party leader. and now the layer has updated. The entire map has updated to his version of the map. It's just the same as joining his game. And it's really that simple if you think about it in terms of how the layers work. Is everybody has their own game, and when you join their party, you're joining their game. And when they join your party, they are joining your game. And those of us who played Diablo 2 for a very long period of time, you already know how all this works. If you aren't worried about quests, then it doesn't matter. You can't complete quests in a game that's had all the quests already done. They're all already finished. You can't do anything. But if you go into somebody's game who has just started Hell, then all the quests are open, and you can complete anything that you want to. This particular way, we can take advantage of the fact that he hasn't completed the strongholds, which is pretty damn cool. So we could go do the level 27 Malnock stronghold. We could go run the level 25 Dragon stronghold, and I haven't done the Strava, but I'm not sure if he has. He's only level 11, so he may not have finished those yet. But I just thought it was really interesting when you really think about it, that the game doesn't function that much differently than the way that Diablo 2 does. Because forming the strongholds, or forming the actual parties in the correct way is pretty much identical to the way that the parties work in Diablo 2. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, and I know I had the image over top of the thing earlier when I was talking about the map, but there you can see the strongholds are now available. And if I leave his party, by the way, the strongholds will return. So, like, if I teleport away and teleport back, it will transfer me back to my layer, or it will say, do you want to transfer back to your layer? I can't remember when that pops up exactly. But right now, I'm basically still in his game. Despite the fact that I'm currently not in his party anymore. As you can see, the party window has faded. I'm still technically on his map. Now, if I leave and come back, I might actually restore my layer. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure that it should just restore me back to my layer as soon as I leave and come back into the game, which basically means I'm making my own game again. So leaving would essentially be like leaving the game, and joining would be creating the game back. So as you can see here, I no longer have the stronghold symbol up here at Dragon. I no longer have the stronghold here over on Malnock, because the game's been updated back to my layer, my current completion status of everything that I've done. Anyway, thanks for watching, and